this one I've been holding on to for a really, really, really long time. Obviously, you guys know I've been reacting to Fuomoko content quite a bit. And this is the video that I guess chronicles the entire life that they've had on the internet, basically, or maybe even outside of the internet too. I think they were like idols in real life, then they were like idol VTubers for a video game, and now they're Fuomoko or something like that. I'm not sure. I kind of understand their backstory, but also don't at all. So I've been really looking forward to watching this video, so I just like understand what they've went through to get to where they are. And dang, it's only 12 minutes. So yeah, here we're watching the abandoned twin T. Here we're watching the abandoned twin VTubers that conquered their past.
VTuber companies are a dream for a great many VTubers, for aspiring content creators who wish to bring characters to life, to embody an avatar they want to be, to enact a persona, will to reality a part of themselves that would never truly be possible through normal streaming, to create complex stories through the storytelling of relationships and growth. Indies rarely ever have the avenue to make that dream a reality. But that golden ticket into getting into a big VTuber company is a life changer for the overwhelming majority. But there are those that get into companies that aren't like that. Companies that are really only in it for the experiment, for the cash, without truly understanding this culture. And a great many
Not gonna lie, that's probably most of them. Like, VTuber agencies, a lot of them are definitely exploitative, which is why you gotta be, like, so careful if you want to sign to something like this. It's tough. Like, I don't know. I'm thankful that, like, you know, I've kind of built a following here, and, like, I get to just vibe with you guys without having to try and rely on an agency, because I don't know. I don't know. They scare me too much. Not any hate or slander towards VTuber agencies. Absolutely not. I think they exactly can make something really wonderful and beautiful for people. But man, you've just heard like so many like shit shows that have happened throughout them all. There's so much drama that surrounds them. So like, I don't know. It's scary.
unfortunate endings come from that. Being rejected, being harassed, being abused, being abandoned. But what if I tell you that it's not the end of one's VTuber career when they join such agencies? Many end up broken, but very few manage to pick up the pieces, and even fewer form themselves back together. And even fewer are those that actually become stronger and succeed because of it. Today is one such story. It's not exactly a unique story, but I think there's a beauty in the fact that it is common, because it's a dream and a circumstance shared by many. This is a story of an abandoned VTuber that made it, who finally found a home. Or rather, a story of two abandoned VTubers that made it. Together.
Can we all just like recognize how beautiful it is that two sisters are making content together online like they are now? It's just so incredible. I don't even want to necessarily say that, like, you know, gosh, I wish that I had, like, you know, a partner in crime to that level. But it's just, like, it's so unique and special. Gosh. You know, like, it's just so easy for, like, one person to have the determination to push forward and be a content creator and really make something of themselves. And it's, like, another thing to have someone in real life that is, like, on the exact same path as you, and you guys work together to make it work. It's just incredible. So I don't know. I have to give them so much props. Like, I feel like some people can see Fuomoko as like, I don't know, a little like too wholesome, a little too like cringe maybe for certain people's taste, which is not how I feel personally, obviously, because I watch their content all the time. But like, I don't know. I feel like anyone has to recognize just like how incredible it is in terms of what they do. Anyway, Sona, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
It started with a game. It wasn't a big title or some AAA endeavor, it was just a visual novel. Quite a popular one.
Shout outs to visual novels. Oh yeah, I think the visual novel is like 100 Gyaku days or something. I don't remember. I actually bought this visual novel, I think. Well, I know I did. I'll let him talk. I don't know why. Let him speak. Because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But visual novels, hell yeah. Best visual novels of all time, Umineko, Higurashi, Sai no Uta, Wonderful Every Day Down the Rabbit Hole, The House in Fata Morgana. Top 5, easy.
In fact. And the visual novel starts with the protagonist with a lifelong dream of visiting Japan, though he was going to be staying with a pair of siblings he met up online, and upon landing,
Bro, those are his siblings? Holy shit, bro. That guy to the right is built like a fucking brick house.
surprise fills him as he realizes that the two siblings he thought were brothers turned out to be sisters.
What? Okay, first of all, bro, like his dream is to go to Japan. Then on top of that, once he finally gets to Japan, he learns that his roommates are actually two fucking cute girls. I mean, if this is not living the fantasy, I don't know what is. Damn.
With the sisters, he goes on a week-long trip throughout the country.
Oh,
From the nation's
McDonald's?
simple yet unique style of convenience stores, to its traditional spots like Asakusa, to the center of weebdom like Akihabara or even Ikebukuro. You go on a massive journey throughout Japan, learning about its culture and history while exploring its most famous landmarks. It is meant to be a travel guide, with the two cute sisters going alongside you. An overview of places you might want to visit if you ever stop by in Japan in real life. In the game, you form a bond with the girls, learn about them, help them discover skills and aspects of themselves that they didn't know until you came along. In essence, you become attached to them. Parasocial, even. The story of the game doesn't exactly matter too much for the story of.
I feel like we're using parasocial like a little too liberally these days. He's explaining a visual novel. It's like, yeah, you know, you're playing this game where there's characters and like, dang, you know, unfortunately you get pretty parasocial with them. It's like, dude, we're just consuming some media here, damn.
These VTubers. But the point is that the fact that you, as the player, form a bond with the sisters in the game makes it something of a great foundation for them to be VTubers. It's an industry that relies on parasociality to succeed after all.
Fuck, man. This is actually so gigabrain, though. I understand why he's using the word parasocial now, because they turn into actual people that are VTubers that play. I understand. That actually makes so much sense. Oh my god. Apparently this failed, but dude, this is like such a smart idea. There are so many people that play visual novels to build relationships with these, like, you know, anime girls that are not real, and then, you know, you spend potentially up to 100 hours trying to swoon them to go down their route and like have a romance option at the end. Like, for you to do that and then at the end they like become a VTuber that you can interact with is like, holy crap. Wait, what the how did this like, okay, maybe it didn't fail, but I'm like, this is like this is like the smartest thing I've ever heard.
So, in the middle of the VTuber globalization, it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to bring the sisters to life. A way not to just promote the game, but also the brand's power and Japan's tourism industry. Especially at a time where Japan was
No, this is like literally like the smartest like VTuber marketing scheme I've ever heard of in my entire life. And apparently this is like a failed project. Okay, maybe it's not. Again, let them cook. But clearly they didn't continue to be these characters, so.
slowly about to open themselves back to the world after COVID. And what better way to bring back life into their own brand and ride in on the wave by getting the sisters in the game to the virtual world. On the 31st of July, they would debut. The girls, they usually play games, do little challenges, and... The girls, they usually play games, do little challenges.
That's another good visual novel over there.
And, in line with the niche of their game, are actually really well versed and passionate about Japan's tourism industry. The twins had great energy. They loved streaming and gaming. The staff behind them loved seeing them do their shit and supported them however they wanted to.
Do their shit. Bro is making like a serious heartfelt analysis video of their lives, and he literally said fans enjoy watching them do their shit.
The staff behind them loved seeing them do their shit and support.
The staff loved seeing them do their shit. This is 100% a scripted video, no? Like, that's crazy that he used that verbiage anyway. I'm like critiquing this in strange ways, I know. Like, I don't know. I'm latching on to things. I don't know what to say.
Did them however they wanted to. But some days were slow. In fact, most days were. It would be amazing for them to even crack 5,000 VOD views or even 3,000. They suffered what most other VTubers suffered when starting out. Irrelevancy, the saturation of the market, the failure to set themselves apart. They were a niche of a niche of a niche, and while the novelty of a niche is something
That is true. I mean, they're a niche of a niche. I guess at a bare minimum. Because, I mean, yeah, it's visual novel fan converted into... Well, that lines up then with VTuber fan. So yeah, I understand. You would probably get, yeah, like a really hardcore small fan base, but that's pretty much all the project would give you. So yeah, unless the visual novel was like if it was like Doki Doki Literature Club and Monica became a VTuber, that has potential to literally get thousands of viewers, not gonna lie. God, that would actually be insane if Dan hired someone to become Monica and streamed as a VTuber every day. That would be like, oh my God. That would be insane. That would actually just be insane. I'm like sad we never saw a reality of that, especially because there was, you know, the Lil Moni Twitter, which like was insanely popular. God, imagine if they also streamed. But yeah, assuming if it doesn't pop off that hard, yeah, you're probably just like locked into maybe like 40 or 50 viewers or something like that. Maybe like 100. But you're not going to be breaching mainstream from like making a VTuber pair from a visual novel. And it also might hard cap you a bit because it's also based on the characters of that visual novel. So yeah, you'd be locked into things like more so that you wouldn't normally be. So okay. Anyway, I'll let the video play. I'm yapping some. I can already see the YouTube comments right now. People are gonna flame me on this one.
times what makes certain communities or certain VTubers succeed. It is a double-edged sword. It can make numbers a bit more difficult for people to maintain or even acquire. In the twins' case, the latter was more evident. But as I stated, they loved their job. Even if it was a bit cliche, passion was what set them up.
Bro, it is not cliche. This is like the most unique thing I've seen. Okay, not actually, but like, it's so cool that your visual novel waifu becomes a VTuber.
Apart from other VTubers their size. And thankfully, they had a
Lord.
team
Thanks
that
for
was
the
rather
follow.
wise in their directing. Since they were essentially in the tourism niche, it was a natural and even a must-do in their case to reach out to overseas fan bases. So, a few months later, they did so in Reddit, the virtual YouTuber subreddit specifically. In fact, they seemed to have planned for this to happen all along, as they had made their accounts a month before their debut. They posted frequently in the subreddit, updating the overseas fans that they had with their posts.
Oh god, I just punched my microphone. I'm so sorry. The VTuber Reddit is so interesting. Basically, how it works on this Reddit is there about like, I would say maybe like 2 to 3 to 4 VTubers that really actively post on there like every day. They put in some like decent effort with every single post. And it mostly gets like to the top of the Reddit, and then there's like a small fan base that kind of gets nurtured around them. And, you know, they go from like, you know, 0 viewers to like 15 to 20 or something like that just from the Reddit. For like, again, like the 3 people that are like really relevantly like posting for like the month or 2 when they do that. And then they eventually stop because they get tired, and then like a new couple come in. Yeah, this Reddit gets like recommended to me all the time when I scroll on my homepage. So I don't know, it's cool. I've definitely been exposed to like a lot of VTubers from it. Also, Tech, thank you for the follow too.
About their streams, commenting and responding to the many that interacted with them. They did this so many times to a point that virtually every frequent visitor of the subreddit between late 2021 to mid-2022 knew who they were, or at least have seen their faces multiple times, even if they didn't go actively watch them. They were very sweet girls.
I wonder how many people have seen my face but have not decided to come watch me. I feel like it's gotta be like... Well, like literally seen my face once and like kind of recognize me. It's gotta be like over 1 million, right? It's kind of crazy to think about.
The go-getting, happy-go-lucky, engaging kind of figure in the subreddit. Hell, it was even promised that they would make a sequel to the original visual novel if the twins actually hit 10,000 subscribers. The twins became a regular in the place, and even if many people didn't know it, they brought life and engagement in that subreddit, blessing the subreddit with whatever they were doing, with their posts, with their interactions, with their little shenanigans. Even on Twitter, actually, the twins were posting regularly there, replying to literally every person that they could that took the step to interact with them. They appreciated their fans, and was happy to talk and converse with other VTubers. With this, they built a reputation of being absolutely wholesome. Just positivity, warmth, and good vibes through and through. It was why a lot of people liked them. In some small way, the people that did support them, however small, was something of a tight-knit community, as I've said, as is the case for many other small VTubers and their small communities. However, a tight-knit community was not what was going to satiate investors or higher-ups or hell, even feed a family.
I'm making so many
A tight-knit
followers right now.
community
Thank you, Super.
was
Welcome.
not what was going to make
How are you?
businessmen happy. Out of nowhere, the twins announced their graduation on the 11th of October in 2022, priming the end of their activities by the 5th of November, leaving them with roughly 3 weeks to wrap up their activities. The sudden announcement shocked everyone, suffice to say. One of the more beloved small figures in the subreddit was going to go away.
This is her.
If you
I'm busy right now. This is my.
Oh my God,
Hello, everyone.
Thank you
Hope have a
guys.
wonderful
Thank you
day.
so
Goodbye.
much. Oh my God. Thank you for the raid, Dolly. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
did not frequent Reddit or was not aware or even seen the girls before, it's really easy to dismiss them as one of the many graduations and failed VTubers that happens every month. After all, random 2 or 3 views graduating is not exactly industry-shaking news. Who cares?
I do wonder how many, like, were they the only projects that this, like, company, like, were they the only VTubers that the company had? I don't know. It seems crazy that they would graduate so quickly. But I guess they were just looking for, like, explosive growth instead of this niche community.
Graduations are inherently not something worth covering all the time. At most, what was going to happen was that the subreddit was going to have one less regular poster. One less not so influential VTuber down the drain.
I would like to say that I am pretty cool, and if you go to my VODs, you can find my 29-hour no-sleep VOD. If you go to maybe like the 21-hour mark or so, you'll see a collab that I did with Dolly and Blank, and I think it was really, really good, and I think it highlighted all of our personalities like so well. It's actually incredible. I really do think somehow all 3 of us were the stars of the show, and I'd really recommend you watch it if you want to see some content of mine, but like also kind of like have Dolly and Blank kind of hold your hand at the same time. So yeah, I would super recommend that. I would super recommend that. And I do definitely want to collab with both of them in the future too. Whether it is continuing freaking Chain Together, or there's another game that I was thinking of for some reason. Like a couple of days ago, I was like, oh, that'd be fun to play with them. And now I'm like blanking on it. But anyway, I definitely want to stream with you guys again. Like 100%. I've been like going through it ever since the 29-hour stream. It took me like a full week to like recover from it, physically and a little mentally. But about like 2 days ago or like 3 days ago, I've been pretty good. I've been like fully good again. So I need to get back into the game a little bit. Gotta get focusing again. But yeah, Uma Musume has been really fun. I downloaded it on Monday, and yeah, it's my favorite gacha game of all time. Like I can just already say that without any doubt in my head. So I'd recommend giving it a try. It is still a gacha game at the end of the day, so like obviously don't expect like peak gameplay or peak storytelling or like, you know, whatever. But if you've enjoyed a good gacha game once or twice, you know, you enjoy your waifus, you enjoy some Gemba, it's a pretty good time. It's a pretty damn good time.
But the fan base and community members that recognized the girls were different. Some of them were fiercely passionate about the girls the same way the girls were of them. Some of them spread word around. One of them started petitions and reached out to popular content creators to bring it to the greater public.
Stop the graduation petition? That's crazy. That's like super awkward, to be honest. I don't even know what you would do.
Some of them started buying the game in an act of solidarity. Somehow, the graduations of these girls spread far and wide.
That's interesting. I wonder what percentage of people that played their visual novel watched their streams. It's got to be really low, actually. Like maybe 5%. I'm a part of the 5%. I own the game. I have like 30 minutes logged into it. Damn. If only I played the whole game, I might have actually been like one of their longtime followers. Man, I missed the reality.
That yellow jacket under their respective blue and pink shirts became recognizable. Iconic, even. The reasons for the graduations weren't entirely specified, but what did matter was the fact that the twins did not want to graduate. They wanted to stay here, continue VTubing, they had fun, and that was mostly what mattered to them. And those facts led to one very reasonable presumption. That the reason for their graduation were simply that the girls were not bringing in the necessary numbers. They were not profitable. They were not enough. It was a final decision, one that would never be
Damn.
overturned. A decision that would come to its ultimate fruition in 3 weeks' time. But alas, the clock tolled and their graduation came. In it, they talk about their favorite moments throughout their short but sweet career. Tears were shed. Vulnerabilities exposed. Their community as a whole gathered for one last farewell. Many hoped they didn't have to graduate. Many of them wanted to reappear somewhere. Maybe as indies, maybe in an agency somewhere, but for now, absolute silence. Weeks passed. Months. Most people had moved on, off and away to find other small or big VTubers to want to support. After all, graduations happen every day somewhere in this industry. It is unproductive to stay dedicated to just one VTuber, to grieve the loss of one content creator. That was until 8 months later, where Hololive released their new gen. The twins seen in the teaser made for some of the wildest speculations.
Oh shit! Oh my god, there's no way. People were already speculating as soon as they just saw them too. Gosh, if you were a fan of them in the past, that must have been like... You must have been feeling like the craziest emotions when you saw this. Wow.
Whereas only a couple thousand people were aware of the lost twins, word of their story and their tragedy spread far and wide, to a point of it becoming mainstream. The newly informed became curious of their potential
Oh my god! Holy shit! I'm so glad I sniped this. Aki-chan, in your VTuber introduction song, the quote you chose was, I don't know, "Is this not the famous line of Luis from the Zero Familiar of Zero? Could it be that you enjoy the series, which falls under that genre?" There is no way! Oh my god, there's no way. Zero no Tsukaima, baby. That's so cool. Oh man.
presence in Hololive, with many even rooting for it to happen.
For context, for the YouTube viewers, if you don't know, I have a Kigurumi mask of Luis from Zero no Tsukaima. So yeah, she's like, I literally have a Luis shrine. It has like it has 3 posters with like 9 figures of her. Okay.
They were twins that wanted to stream. They were passionate of content creating, and the prospect of them going to Hololive was exciting. It was a story of an underdog who won. Yet
Underdog.
another girl, or rather 2 girls, that Yago saved. It was a dream come true, not just for their former fans, but even for the twins themselves. When the twin popsters were revealed, their numbers outpaced everyone. After all, the concept of twin VTubers sharing a channel is not exactly new, but it is still novel, especially in Hololive and in EN. Anticipation built. Excitement was through the roof. Questions rapid-fired. Did Hololive structure their channel specifically for them? Didn't that mean that Hololive took the extra step to cater to the twins' wishes, gave them an avenue to truly let them control how they wanted to produce their content? Were they why the audition and debuting process takes so long? That would have been one of the many reasons, right? After all, financially speaking, it wouldn't make sense. Hololive would have been able to benefit from 2 channels rather than 1. Hololive would have benefited rushing their debuts, especially since it was entire years since their last EN generation. Hololive could have completely ignored them. Many former fans refused to take in the hype and hope that it was going to be them. Some
This is
form-
her.
Oh my
I'm busy
god,
right
the
now.
raids
This is
are
my ranged puppets
insane
automated response
today.
mode. Hello, everyone. Hope you
Lunella,
have a wonderful
I
day.
hope you've been
Goodbye.
doing well. Thank you so much for the raid. Big raid, 22. Thank you. We're just watching a little quick history video of how Fuomoko became Fuomoko. There's literally 1 minute left. I am just gonna let it cook, but right after that, I will give you my full, undivided attention.
Our fans didn't want to expect much anymore, didn't want to be hurt. But as the dawn of their debut came, they heard 2 familiar voices. When a story ends, another begins. In this industry, many stories end permanently, but not all of them has to have the endings set in stone. Some may choose to rise up, or hell, even double down. Some to change. And the twins, well, you can guess what decision they wish to do with their ending. Their story is a very common one. Their desire is one shared by many. The desire to make it, the desire to be accepted, to be appreciated, valued by communities, by peers, by even agencies. Theirs is a story only the fortunate and skilled few can experience. Theirs is a narrative that drives many people to dream, that inspires and motivates many VTubers to try. The ending of this video will be open-ended, perhaps even unsatisfactory to many people. But that's because this is only the beginning of the twins' story. Many people are happy for them, many people celebrated their success. Under a new name, the twins finally start a new chapter. And it will be written that theirs is a story of 2 sibling puppies once abandoned that finally found a home. Of 2 sisters that made it together.
Okay, what the fuck is the video at the bottom left? Bro, this is like the most wholesome ending ever. And then your recommended video is this? Holy shit. What are you doing? Why? He selected this. Bro. Oh my god, that's crazy. Alright, well, anyway. It was a good video. God. It does, again, it really made me think analytically a lot as he was kind of going through it. I guess the one other thing that I was kind of holding in is like, if it's, I guess, lucrative or not, like if there is some self-sacrifice going on with Hololive when they bring on a duo VTuber, couple like this, I feel like it's almost potentially more in their benefit because, like, I guess that all depends on the contract and, like, who knows, right? But I assume they're, like, kind of getting paid, not necessarily as one VTuber, but kind of. Because, like, they're getting hired together. So it's like, damn, you almost get double the entertainment for, like, maybe kind of similar price? I don't know. I don't really know how it works. I have no idea what Hololive's payment structure is like. No idea. And like someone said in the past, if I randomly graduate, I'll see you at Hololive. Yeah, that's pretty much true. Like, I have no desire to apply to any VTuber agency or group, but if some really, really big one did reach out to me, I would be considering. I mean, come on, let's just be honest here. And also, let's be honest, I joined Hololive for like 3 years, grind that fucking bitch out, and then I graduate, and then I go back to my own personal channel, and then I'll have like 1 million viewers, and I'll be set for life. Shoutouts to Saba, let's go! Like, damn, bro, ain't that the path? Ain't that the path of least resistance? God damn. That, by the way, that is not shaded directed in anyone's direction. I'm just saying, like, is kind of free if you can somehow make that happen. But the first step is like joining Hollow Live. How do you do that? I don't know. I'll never know because there's no way that'll ever happen unless you apply. Again, I wouldn't apply if they reached out to me personally. But yeah, because I don't have like a deep desire to really do it. I love having my own autonomy and agency in what I do, right? It honestly scares me a lot to join an agency and know that like they have control over what I do and say at like the end of the day. I don't like that. I definitely like appreciate and really respect my own like artistic freedom and expression. So, I'm pretty good at self-promotion. I'm kind of hard stuck right now in terms of view count. Again, I have to figure out a way to like really pop off again. But maybe I will. Maybe I got that dog in me. We'll see. Not that I'm not satisfied with the view count I have now. Again, I kind of talked about this at the end of my 29-hour stream when I was just crying profusely. But, I'm so happy to be here. And I would still be streaming to literally 5 viewers, and that's not a joke. But of course, I'd love to try and like somehow make this a career or something. So we continue to try and push the numbers to maybe make something like even greater in the future.